Hello and welcome to our YouTube channel Power Minions. This is Sushain and today we'll be discussing about Microsoft Power Automate. Before we get into the UI of how the Microsoft Power Automate looks like, let's answer a few questions like what is Power Automate, why do we need it, what are some of its advantages and limitations. Then we can jump onto the UI of Microsoft Power Automate. So without any further delay, let's start. What is Microsoft Power Automate? Microsoft Power Automate is an online tool provided by Microsoft. It's just like other applications that are provided by Microsoft, which is Power Apps and Power BI. So it is an online tool provided by Microsoft that helps us and other organizations to connect and provide an automated workflow between any two applications. Let me give you an instance about and explain this definition in a practical way. Suppose I want to I get emails on my mail id that have an attachment containing it. Now what I want to do is I want to transfer whatever attachments I get in my mails. I want to transfer it automatically to my Google Drive. This is where Microsoft Power Automate comes handy. We need to connect those two applications, which is Google Drive and Mail, Gmail, in this Microsoft Power Automate. And whenever I get a mail that has an attachment contained in it, that attached file will automatically get transferred to my Google Drive through Microsoft Power Automate. So this was an practical example of Microsoft Power Automate. Now, talking about why do we need it, it's this question is more like it's describes its advantages. So one advantage is, as I said, it will be done automatically. All the tasks will be done automatically by Microsoft Power Automate. So we don't need to do any manual effort. This is the number one advantage. Second is, as there is no manual effort being used over here, the chances of human error goes to zero, almost zero. So this is another advantage. Third, it reduces our workload. That means we can focus, we don't need to focus on this very heavily as it's an automatic job. So the Power Automate tool will do it automatically. We don't need to worry about anything over here. Third, fourth point is the UI. The UI is very simple to understand. We can get a hang of, even if you have no prior experience of coding or anything. There is nothing to worry about. You can get a hang of this UI very easily. So the last point you can also say is it increases our reliability. It increases our output. So these are some of its advantages. Next, the limitations. The only limitation which I discussed in my previous video regarding Power Apps was there is a rule for Microsoft that you cannot log in into any of these three: Microsoft Power BI, Power Apps, Power Automate. You cannot log in into any of these three tools or applications using your personal mail ID. You have to use either a corporate or school mail ID. So now let's jump to our UI and let me show you which mail ID I'm using. See, you can, if I hover over here, it's showing me this mail ID. It's a mail ID which I have created as uh, I do not have any corporate mail ID, so I have created it on my own using Microsoft.com. So there you can create it your any corporate mail ID, and you can have a you can log in into any of these three tools which I have just now mentioned. So let's start. This is the UI of how the Microsoft Power Automate looks like. Over here on the left side, you can see there are so many options given to us. If connector, what connectors show over here? Let me click it. See, there are so many applications you can see over here. This is which we can use to interconnect any of these two, three, or four n number of application among themselves. So this is where connectors get into play. Over here, my flows, if I go to my flows, And this is the see, at the very first beginning I had told you an example. This is what I have created. If I go to my edit options, see, this is the single step. This is a basic, very basic example of what I have told you. But as you go on along with in the Microsoft Power Automate, the difficulties and the complexities in Power Automate will surely increase. But as of now, as you are a beginner, you can see I have created I have attached Google, my Gmail and my Google Drive account together, and whenever there is a mail that has an attachment in it, same will get transferred to my Google Drive automatically. So this is the workflow. uh, and suppose nobody, as you have you are the first time using Power Automate in your life, so Microsoft is has done very great job over here by providing some templates. You can have a look and feel of how the Microsoft Power Automate works by going through these some of the templates. You can keep scrolling one by one at a time and have a look of whatever you want to, or you, if you have any idea, creative idea in your mind, which suppose you want to connect Facebook with with Facebook with Twitter. If you want to do that, you can also search in the search box by giving the options, and you can create your own workflow. So this is what template provides you. It gives you a helping hand in how this Microsoft Power Automate works. It gives you an idea about that. So this was all about this Microsoft Power Automate in today's video. Hope you would have enjoyed this. If you enjoyed this, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel, and comment down below in the video if you have any queries. We will accept your queries with open arms. Thank you very much.